If I had a nickel for every time a parent or a teacher asked me, "But what about socialization?" Well, I wouldn't have needed a teacher's salary. It is the number one fear used to keep families tethered to a system that isn't working for them. But let's be sensible. When did we decide that sitting in a room with 30 people of the exact same age, from the exact same zip code, for 7 hours a day while being told not to talk was socialization? Today, we're going to debunk the myth and talk about why school socialization might actually be the very thing hindering our children's ability to navigate the real world. Let's look at the logic. In the real world, in your job, your neighborhood, your church, you interact with people of all ages. You talk to the 70-year-old neighbor and the 5-year-old nephew. That's human socialization. In a traditional school, we've created an artificial bubble. We've convinced ourselves that socializing means navigating peer pressure, playground hierarchies, and the Lord of the Flies energy of an unsupervised cafeteria. To my fellow teachers, how much of your day is spent managing social friction that shouldn't even exist? We've traded deep, meaningful community for high-stress, age-segregated proximity. That isn't a social skill, it's a survival tactic. To the homeschooling families, you know the truth. Your kids aren't unsocialized. They're actually better socialized because they're interacting with the grocery store clerk, the librarian, the coach, and the volunteer coordinator. They're learning how to hold a conversation with an adult, not just how to trade memes with a 7th grader. We need to stop confusing socialization with conformity. School teaches you how to fit into a crowd. Real life requires you to know how to stand out as an individual. Leaving the system doesn't isolate your child. It introduces them to the world. That if you're staying in a situation that isn't helping your child learn simply because you're afraid they'll be lonely, I want to challenge that fear. Loneliness happens in crowded hallways every single day. True connection happens when children are free to be themselves. In our next episode, we're going to talk about the curriculum lie. I'm going to tell you why those heavy textbooks are 40% fluff, and why you can teach a year's worth of essential content in about 3 months. I'm your homeschool journey coach. Let's keep unlearning.